Hello everyone, I'm RiverFox and welcome to the channel, and today we are going to be carrying on with our last and final video in the Canny Valley AFK endurance build series. So if you have missed any of the other videos in the series, don't forget to check the playlist. It will be linked in the description down below. But we are on our last and final one, and we are finishing off with the South Amplifier. In my case it is Amplifier D, and we are going to be doing the builds for the south direction. So we are going to get over here. Now I will take you through a quick and brief tour, and once we have gone through that, I will take you through your step-by-step instructions then. Now I've got to just get up here, and don't know why that one is actually blank. It shouldn't be blank. Okay. But yes, this is pretty much what our builds are. And there is one section here that I do just want to note with you. It is pretty much a duplicate on both sides. This side is very rarely used. You will probably only get 1 or 2 husks that will go through it. But I have tried it various different ways, and if I block this side off, all they do is they will just pound straight through it. So even though it does use some structures, I have found that by placing a identical on this side pretty much as we have over this side, it prevents them from wanting to smash through those walls there, and it will make them just automatically, for some reason, come through these 2 tunnels. So that is why, and I wanted to mention that from the start. So our spawn points for this are going to be anywhere around this area along here. We will have a spawn point on the edge of this bit of mountain here, and we will also have a spawn point up on the top of this. So we do have quite a big lobber shield, because our lobbers are an absolute pain for this amplifier. But this is our builds. So I'm going to start from the other side, because this one is quite extensive, but it's not quite as confusing as it looks. So we are going to start over with our actual amplifier and the builds for this. So for this, we have got a sort of lighthouse build, but I tried various different smasher bridges, and they just never seem to want to go towards the actual the smasher bridge. So I kind of gave up on it and just built this instead. So for this, around the amplifier, along all of the corners that you can place any structures, we have edited walls like this with just the one side, and that will fill those sections. And up on the tops, if I can get up there, on the tops of those we do have floor pieces with anti-air traps. So there will be one on each of the 4 sides of this, and that is mainly for your later waves when you get your meteorite waves, and it will take care of a lot of the actual meteorites. And on the top of the actual amplifier, we do have one more structure there, and then another floor piece on the top of that with another anti-air trap on there as well. So from this, we are going to stand at this point of the amplifier, right where the computer screen is, and we will be facing towards the south. And first structure at the end of this amplifier build, you will place your edited wall on the right hand side. So from there, if you walk forward 1 square, and these are all going to be repeats. So we have got a broadside on the left hand side, broadside on the right hand side, and a wooden floor spikes on the floor. Up above, a ceiling electric field. If you move forward 1 square, and you will have another wooden floor spikes on the floor, broadsides on the left and the right hand side, and a ceiling electric field up above. From here, if you then walk forward another square, and you will have another wooden floor spikes on the floor, but the left hand side and the right hand side will just be plain blank walls. because right in front of us we will have a sound wall. So any propane husks that do make it through any of our tunnels will fall straight into here, get hit by the sound wall, they will lose their propane, and as they start walking this way then will get taken out then by all of our broadsides. So we will have the ceiling blank in there. So that will cover this section. So what we need to do now, if I can just get up here. Okay, so from this point then, following on in the same line as this, once you get up to the top of this mountain here, you will place a tar pit on the floor. And to your left and to your right, you will have a broadside. And up above then will be a ceiling electric field. If you move forward 1 square, and you're going to place wooden floor spikes on the floor, and you will have a blank wall in front of you and a ceiling electric field up above. Now we're going to turn now to the east and move forward 1 tile. You will have your wooden floor spikes on the floor. You're going to have your wall launcher on the left hand side, a broadside directly in front, and a ceiling electric field up above. From this point, if you now turn to your south and walk forward 1 square, and you are going to have a freeze floor trap. You're going to have a wall launcher on the right and a ceiling electric field up above. Now if you then move to your left 1 square, and you are going to have a wooden floor spikes on the floor, and you are going to have broadsides on both. The camera always gets in the way. You're going to have broadsides directly in front of you, to your left and behind you as well, and up above you will have a ceiling electric field. So from here, if you move to your right again and then move forward 1 square, and you will have a floor freeze trap on the floor, wall launcher on the right, and electric field up above. If you then move to your left 1 square and repeat of before, you will have wooden floor spikes on the floor, broadside directly in front, broadside to your left, and a broadside behind you as well, and up above a ceiling electric field. Now that is going to fetch you from this point up to the edge of our other amplifier, which we haven't set. So we will use that then as a reference point. So from the edge of this, you won't be able to place a tile on here. So the next tile forward, you are going to place a tar pit, and to the right of that will be a sound wall. So that will cover that row. So what we're going to do now, if we come all the way back to this point that we placed just now, and if you then move to your right 1 square, now on the floor you will have wooden floor spikes. Behind you will be a wall launcher, and up above will be a ceiling electric field. When you move forward, this time we are going to have a tar pit on the floor. We will have a wall launcher on the right and a ceiling electric field up above. If you then move in left from square from that, and you will have wooden floor spikes on the floor, and in front of you will be a broadside, and to the left a broadside, and behind you a broadside as well, pretty much identical to the other boxes, and up above a ceiling electric field. So from here, move back to the right and then move forward 1 square, and you are going to have a tar pit on the floor and a wall launcher on the right hand side, and you will have a ceiling electric field up above. Now you won't be able to place a tile on there, but if you do move to your left, and on your left hand side will be a broadside, and behind you will be a broadside as well, and up above another ceiling electric field. So that will cover that side of it, and that's going to fetch you right up to the amplifier there. So we need to get back over to this point now, and if you then move to your right, and you are going to have your wooden floor spikes on the floor, you will have a wall launcher behind you, a broadside on your right, and a ceiling electric field up above. If you then move forward from this square, and you're going to have a freeze trap on the floor in this one, wall launcher on the left, and a ceiling electric field up above. And if you then move into your right, now these are again identical. You will have your wooden floor spikes on the floor, a broadside in front of you, to your right and behind you as well, and a ceiling electric field up above. So move back over here and then walk forward 1 square again, and just pretty much a repeat of those. You've got floor freeze trap, wall launcher on the left, ceiling electric field up above, and then a repeat of the box in there with the broadsides, floor spikes and electric field. If you move forward another square from here, and identical again, but this time we will not be putting a ceiling electric field up there. We will go into that piece later. So you just do your walls in there, your wooden floor spikes on the floor, and your launcher and freeze trap. Now for the next box forward again will be identical to that box. You're going to have your freeze trap on the floor, wall launcher on the left, and in on this box is going to be all of your broadsides and your floor spikes. And don't worry about the ceiling, we will sort that in a bit. So that will cover all of the main builds. So what we are going to need to do now, if we get all the way back over to this, and what we need to do from here is we're going to need to get up to the top there. I'm just going to place this just so I can get up, because I changed my loadout earlier and I haven't got the triple jump at the moment, so it's getting annoying. So we're going to come over to this point, which is the top of our main tunnel that we have built in. So from this square you will place a anti-air trap. If you walk forward, and you will place another anti-air trap, and to your right of that you will place an anti-air trap, and to the left of that you will place an anti-air trap as well. Now we will cover all of our block off and everything, and our lobber shield in a moment. But if we now come back to this square here, and if you now turn to your east, now this will be blank, this won't be here at all. So if you drop down into this one, and we are going to have a edited cone which will be pointing to your southwest. That wall and that wall will already be in there, so if you just surround these two sides with the walls as well. From here, go forward another square and identical edited cone to the southwest, and this time surround the walls around it, and that will do that row of block off as well. So from here, now facing the south, move forward 1 square, and this wall should already be in there. So if you place a edited cone to the southwest and then surround the rest with walls. Now from this point we need to turn back to the east and go forward 1 square. Now in here we are going to have some edited floors. So from this square here you are going to have your edited floor, which will be pointing towards the south, and you will also have either your edited pyramid or your backward stairs to face towards the south as well, and you will place a wall behind you in that square. If you move forward 1 more, and you will do exactly the same. You'll have the edited floor to the south, the stairs or pyramid to the south, and a wall then behind you over there. So that will do that side. Now you don't need to worry about placing anything in there, that is fine. So from this square we are going to move forward towards the south, and this is going to be identical to the ones behind. You're going to have the edited floor pointing to the south, with the backward stairs or pyramid again pointing to the south. No wall in there, that is fine. And to the right of that, exactly the same in there as well. And that wall should already be in there anyway. From here we're going to move forward again, and you've got identical on this, but this time there's going to be 3 of these, because we've got an extra structure here as well. So you're going to have 3 edited floors and 3 edited ramps along this section, which will fetch you to the corner of these builds which we covered in the last video. Make sure you do place these walls along the back of it as well, so it will look like that. So that will cover this side. So we get back over to our main square that we placed here again, and this time facing the west. Move forward 1 square, and you're going to have your edited pyramid to the southeast. That wall and that wall is already there, so if you place these 2 walls in, and that will cover that side. Move forward in 1 square again, and identical edited cone to the southeast. That wall is already there, so place this one, and that one's already in place anyway. So that will cover that row. So from here we need to move up onto this square, and if we move forward to the edge of this wall here and move down, and you're going to have your edited pyramid to the southeast. That wall and that wall is already there, so place these 2 walls in to block that off. And if you move forward 1 square again, and pretty much identical edited cone to the southeast, place the walls all the way around these sides, and that will cover that section. Okay, so from here facing the south, and you are going to move forward 1 square, and this is pretty much identical to the block off on the other side. You're going to have your edited floor piece to the south and your edited cone or backwards ramp, and you will then, going towards the west, you will have 3 of these. So we'll have 1, 2 and 3, and you've got your edited floor pieces under each of those as well, and place some walls along the back here as well. You don't need to place one in there, that is fine. So from this one, let's get back over to this square here, and you will move forward, and you are going to do exactly the same. Edited floor and edited pyramid or backward stairs in this square, and to your right of that will be a second lot of exactly the same edited floor and pyramid, and a wall then on the right hand side. Now yes, we'll come down here in a minute. So on this wall that we've just placed here, you're going to put a sound wall, and on this wall over here then you will have a wall launcher. So that will cover that side. So from this square, move forward, and you're going to do the same on these, but there will be no edited floor piece on these 2. There will be 2 tiles of this, and place the walls along the back to block it all off, and a wall on the right hand side as well. And this one, let's come over to this square because these are already in place, these walls. So from this square, move to the south 1 place, and exactly the same edited pyramid or backward stairs pointing to the south, but you will again have 3 of those. So you'll have 1 here, 1 to the right of it, and another 1 to the right of it again. Make sure you place in some walls along the back there, and that will cover those. So then if we get over to this side, make sure you do place some walls along here to fill in any gaps, because this wall will already be in from the builds we placed earlier. So you need to place another 1, 2 and 3, and that will cover all of those sections. So that will do pretty much all of that. So what we need to do now, if we get over to this, our floor piece which is already down, pointing to the south, you're going to place a wall there, and if you move to the left, you will place a second wall, and then a third wall, and a fourth wall, a fifth wall, sixth wall, and we will go past over onto these. So we'll have the 7th wall, 8th wall and 9th wall, and that will take us to the ends of our block off and builds that we have done. So that will cover all of that section over there. So next up is our lobber shield. So for this one, we come up on the end of this wall piece here, and you will place either your edited cone or backward stairs. So you will place one of those and then go up and place a second, and up and place a third. So you will have 3 high. So from this point then, move to your right 1 square, and you are going to place another 3 going up, and then to your right again, and you will place another 3 going up. Now from this one, you will then be placing a floor tile from here, because we don't need to finish this in line with all of this. So you'll place a floor tile on here. From this point now, if you face your west, and you will place a second floor tile, and then a third one, a fourth, a fifth, and on the 6th and final one, you will place a anti-air trap. If you then turn to your south, you are going to place another floor, and again you're going to have an anti-air trap. And from this one, face towards the east, and you are going to place another floor tile with an anti-air trap, and then another one with an anti-air trap, and then after that you will just place a blank floor, another blank floor, and a third blank floor, and that will take you to the end of this section here. So what we'll need to do now is to get our actual lobber shield up, which is all of this. So from this point, we come back to our square here, our first one, and you are going to place 1 going up, 2 going up, and 3 going up. So you'll have 3 high, and all you will need to do is do all of that all the way over to here. Now you don't need to have one in this square, because we've got our anti-air trap in it. So you will, on this end of the floor tiles, you are only going to place 2, but all of those will have 3 going all the way up, and that will do that part. Now we do just need to add a tiny little extra 2 rows on from this floor tile here. So where you have this missing tile out, you will just place another 3 going high, and then next to that you will have another 3 going high as well, and that will do all of the lobber shield. So from here, if we fall down into this section where we have done all of these builds, they've all been placed. So all that is left for you to do is to place your ceiling drop traps on any of the squares that are left. The only one you need to leave out is the one directly above your actual amplifier, which you haven't set there yet. So that will be left blank, but all of the other ceiling pieces are going to have your ceiling drop traps placed on top. So that is going to cover all of our builds. That is everything for our south amplifier from the south spawns, and that should cover it quite nicely. And it does look like quite a lot of lobber shield, but because especially in these waves, the lobbers will come sometimes all the way back over here and all the way over here, trying to find a way to lob into this. So this does work extremely well, especially for the later waves. But that is it. That is all of my amplifier builds for my Canny Valley AFK endurance. I'm so glad these are all finally done, but I do hope that they do help you out. If they do, don't forget to let me know in the comments. I do try and reply to as many comments as I can. But if you have missed any of the other amplifier builds, do check out the playlist. It will be linked in the description down below. But I hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to hit that like, smash that subscribe before you go. And if you turn on the notification bell, you'll always get updated of all my content when it comes out. If you do buy anything from the Fortnite store, please consider using code RiverFox, as it will help me out a great deal. But until the next time, I hope you have a lovely day and stay safe, my friends.